Where am I? Did I share with you? No, I'm sharing with you. Advanced anatomy. Okay. Okay. We are talking about advanced anatomy of your yoga anatomy, because this is very important. You need to know a few of the anatomies and the physiology too, so that you can continue. And as I said from the day one, if you keep this thing back of your mind, your body is the hardware, mind is the software, and spirit is the programmer. Who is the programmer? You are the programmer. You are going to program your software. So hardware will get fixed. And who is going to fix the software? This is a practice of yoga. Even if you look at your philosophy, Yoga Sutras, 196 sutras, of which 193 is to quiet down your mind. So body, we call it it's a anatomy. It's a different system, which we call the body, has a function, which called your physiology. When physiology gets abnormal, we call it a pathology. Pathology gets, into a disease. But in yoga, it goes a lot more. You will see slowly and slowly, that is called the 5 koshas. Then we say 7 chakras. There will be 3 bodies. There's a new term which is coming up, very common, it's called a salutogenesis. Salute in the Latin means health, and genesis in Greek means source. That means it is the source of your health. So practice of yoga improves your health. Mind is a perception through your 5 senses, as you start from the day one. If you put all the contents of your 5 senses in a bucket, that's your mind. And if the mind get more processed, it becomes your intellect. Intellect get more processed, it becomes your wisdom. And most important thing about the spirit, spirit actually means a belief, impact of belief on a physical body. Very important, the word spirit comes from the root word called a spiritus. And spiritus means your breath. Like when you do a test for our lung, we call it a spirometry. So very interesting that we are connected through the breath. Whatever I'm breathing out, you are breathing in. What you're breathing out, I'm breathing in. We are all connected. In fact, all my body organs, my liver is forming a new cell. When old cells are dying, old cells are disintegrating, old cells disintegration coming out as my breath, as exhalation. There is a medical study which showed by analyzing the out breath, the breath coming out, they can diagnose 450 diseases. So when my liver is coming out through my breath, and you are inhaling that, or your kidney is making new cells, it's coming out, you are sharing my liver, I'm sharing your kidney, as simple as it is. So health in yoga is a balance of your body, mind, and spirit. That's what you saw. We practice balancing poses, balancing poses, balancing poses. That is your therapeutic yoga. Alternate nostril breathing, balancing both sides of the brain, able to stand in both the feet equally, able to do your tree pose equally on both feet. Absolutely important. And this is the message you should take all the time, that breathing in, inhalation is sympathetic, exhalation is parasympathetic. Sympathetic is a fight and flight response. It scares you, what you need to do. Parasympathetic is a calm and digest. So exhalation is calm and digest. Inhalation is a fight and flight response. So let me talk about what is called an advanced philosophy. We have 3 bodies, 5 koshas, and 7 chakras. And what does it mean? We have a bodies, and you have to know the name of these bodies. One is called a physical body. We call it a gross body. There's a subtle body, which is called a body related through your mind, causal body related through a spirit, and all of them meets at certain point. So what is a subtle body? Subtle body is the body of my mind. With the body of my mind, I'm looking at my body rest my whole life. So my brain has the imprinted memory of my body. Okay, so what happens that I can close my eyes and I can access any part of my body. Close my eyes, I can see clearly. This is my, I don't have too many hair, but this is my hair. This is my hair. This is my ear. This is my left shoulder. In fact, I can even visualize, yeah, you guys are in, Zenya Yoga Studio. I'm entering the Zenya Yoga Studio. I'm getting inside. I'm talking to all of you guys. It's a clear understanding. And the causal is your spirit. Actually, it is your karma. It is your spiritual. And we'll come to it slowly and slowly. We'll see. So the three bodies, the physical body, subtle body, and causal body, they're also connected to your Ayurvedic philosophy. The physical body is called your Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, psychophysical body type. Mental body is connected through your prana, teja, and ojas. These are cellular communication, cellular intelligence, cellular immunity. And causal body has your state of your mind. It's called sattva, rajas, and tamas. Purity of the mind, activity of the mind, and inertia of your mind. So in a physical body, what it is, the physical body is the body of our food and water intake. We just call it physical body is a DNA wrapped around with the food and water. Basic ingredients of our cell is the DNA. Dearrangements will be the physical diseases, and the treatment will be to restore the balances of the doshas, and that's what you just practice. Dosa balancing your practice. In a subtle body, as I said, it's a mind. It's related to when you close your eyes, you'll be able to see your body, you'll be able to walk it. I can even look at it even in my home. I'm entering into my foyer. I'm walking, getting up to my stairs, I'm going upstairs. Composition of your thoughts, emotion, impression, and dearrangement is psychological diseases. Healing substances, a positive thought, actions, and breath. Treatment, obviously, is yoga. Controls your mind. So it is just a exaggerated version of a subtle body. You said, when you can enter your subtle body, you feel a sense of lightness, almost like a levitation. And we also have that, when you do a very relaxed, a powerful, relaxing asanas, and we can see, I just showed you, you can do your tolasana. I'm in a lotus pose, Padmasana, put my hand, my whole body goes higher. I don't even have much sensation in that. Very, very important concept. And let me just proceed with a next concept. You understand there are three bodies, and all three bodies needs to be balanced from your therapeutic perspective. The koshas are called sheath. Our spiritual, we call it our spirit. Sanskrit word is called Atma. Spirit is covered by layers and layers of sheath. We call the koshas. So what are if you understand this, you understand the yoga anatomy very well. So first, the body, what we have is called the Annamaya Kosha. Anna means food, and it is a food sheath. What you're eating, water, food, it's called DNA wrapped around. And then this body has a function. The function is primarily through your breath. Breath is called prana. Pranamaya kosha. Prana is keeping you alive. This is called a vital sheath. The next layer will be the vital sheath. Then comes your mind. It's called a manomaya kosha. Mono is the mind. When the mind gets properly processed, then it calls your intellect. Viganamaya kosha is called your intellectual sheath. From the intellectual sheath get more processed, it's called anandamaya. Ananda is your blissful state. So what does it have to do with yoga? If you create an imbalance in the physical body, it will show up in your breath. Your breath will be interrupted. Try to do it. Say you try to do a little bit more exaggerated pose. Yeah, I'm putting my hands in the back. I'm twisting myself. I'm twisting myself slowly and slowly. I'm fine. But it comes to a point of twist when I feel my breath gets interrupted. I cannot breathe effortlessly. In your practice, what you need to do, you need to back off. You need to find a place where you can breathe effortlessly, because that's the balance of your physical body. When your breath gets imbalanced, so you have a shortness of breath. Like yesterday, people were asking me a lot of questions about shortness of breath, or have asthma. If you cannot breathe properly, so what happens? You become anxious, you become tense, you become restless. So that means any imbalance you create in the vital sheath, it will affect your mental sheath, in your mind. Your mind gets restless. So when your mind gets restless, what happens? It creates an imprinted memory. You cannot get out of that imprinted memory. When you cannot get imprinted memory, then what happens? When the mind stays in an imbalance, it creates an imbalance of your intellectual sheath. The fourth sheath called Viganamaya kosha, intellect. What does intellect means? Now you cannot think properly, rationally cannot function properly. And when intellect is in imbalance, now it is called your bliss. Your blissful is gone. Whatever you think will be helping you, these are all gone. So what does it have to do with yoga? What it has to do with yoga? Somebody comes with asthma. Somebody comes with a shortness of breath. You said, okay, let's go ahead and do a pranayama practice. But that person already have a breathing problem and was trying to correct their breathing. Their mind is restless. They have a fear. So they're not going to do the pranayama practice. So what you need to do, because of the imprinted memory, any breathing is going to cause an imbalance in the mind. You go after their mind. You start a practice which will be quieting down their mind. Start a little meditation. Or let's say sitting down in a chair with the spine straight with the eyes closed. And also start doing a relaxation of the muscles of respiration. Once you understand that I need to fix the mind before I can use some pranayama for this person with a shortness of breath and asthma, you are in the path of yoga therapy. You are in the therapeutic yoga. And the reason I'm pushing you more and more and more is that any new person comes to you, I can guarantee you, 75 to 80% will come with a chronic disease because the word is out. You're not going to have this 20 years old or 25 years old coming and trying to put their body in a pretzel. You're going to get a 60 years, 70 years. We say young, we don't get old anymore. Young with the diabetes, asthma, heart disease, short of breath, coming and asking you to help them. So on the other hand, when the mind is in imbalance, as I said, your intellect is gone, your bliss is gone. So if you come reversing from the side, when you are in a blissful, when you are in a balance, you don't have any dis-ease. You get the imbalance in your intellectual sheet. Intellectual sheet still puts you back. So don't do it. Don't do these practices which are going to aggravate your kapha on a kapha aggravating day. Today is rainy, today is a cloudy, today is a kapha day. So you're not going to do a practice to aggravate your kapha. You are still in a balance. Your intellect is still good. When it comes to your mind, called mind sheet, all the imbalance takes place. You have no way to control your mind unless you control all the five senses. You are going to do exactly what your attributes are going to push you. Your Vata, you're going to do all the mobile asanas. You're all going to do asanas which are rough and dry. So the root cause of all the chronic diseases is in your mind, Manomaya Kosha. So whole yoga practices, you are getting towards, with the 8-limb practice, you're going up to the 7th limb, which is a meditation. And for a physician, we say your meditation is your medication. And if you look at the two words, meditation and medication, meditation is one T, medication is one C, rest of the letters are all same. So meditation, T is for transformation, and medication, C is for choice, what choice you have. So again, this is the picture. And if you want to keep this thing back of your mind, it's called a 5 kosha model. You will be thinking about yoga practice. Remember, all these asanas we're going to do, all the pranayamas you're going to do, all the meditation you're going to do, unless you understand the basic fundamental yoga anatomy, yoga physiology, you are not going to connect them. Once you understand them, the best will be, you'll be connecting the dots. So wonderful practice. So what you do for your food sheet, you are going to do a proper eating, proper elimination of carbon dioxide, and proper balancing physical body with asanas. For breath sheet, you will do a proper balanced pranayama. For the mind sheet, you are in the state of a meditation. For your intellect, you are reading a scripture, reading a book, and trying to learn because it's the intellect. And for your blissful state, it's a selfless service. The moment you start doing a selfless service, you'll see all of your yoga practices will get better and better. These are the information I gave it to you. Keep it for your file for the future. And this is the way how to balance all these sheets are called the koshas. Next concept is the chakras. And very important, if you're in a 200 hours, you have a tremendous amount of presentation on the chakras. Chakras, we call it a wheel. So think about how the chakras originate the chakras. In ancient time, when the yogis closed their eyes, they saw some color in front of their eyes. It happened to you too. When you quiet down your mind, when you close your eyes, and you will feel, you see, yeah, I saw a burst of light, I saw a burst of blue, a burst of green, or maybe a red fire in front of my eyes. You'll see that color. Yogis look at a nature. The nature had a rainbow. Rainbow had 7 colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. They assign the color along the line of the spines. And we said these colors are a potential site of your energy, or spiritual energy. And then each wheel called chakras are connected to a corresponding system of your body. This is the ancient picture from India, and it shows, these are thousands and thousands years old picture, which showed this concept of chakras being there for a long, long time. So now if you look at the chakras, and if you look at the site, and if you look at the color combination, look at exactly what's said. Color of your rainbows: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So each chakra has a color. Each chakra has a physical appearance. It has petals. Each chakra has their own function. Each chakra has a name. These are all Sanskrit name here. Root chakra is red, the Muladhara chakra. And we do a practice called balancing, awakening the chakras. We do a meditation called a chakra awakening meditation. Maybe we'll finish today. When you do it this evening, when you finish, we'll do a chakra awakening meditation. When the chakras are awakened, they is called ascending. It's called Kundalini Jagaran, ascending your energy from your bottom of your spine to your crown of your head. This is the root of your spine. The pelvic chakra called Svadhishtana chakra, its color is orange. It has 6 petals connected to reproductive system. It's between your belly button and the root of your spine. Navel chakra, we call it solar plexus chakra. Manipura chakra, color is yellow. It has 10 petals connected to your gastrointestinal system. So if you have a problem with the gastrointestinal system, if you have a irritable bowel syndrome, or if you have gastroesophageal reflux, you are going to do a balancing your solar plexus chakra, navel chakra. Heart chakra called Anahata chakra is a green, and green is in between that all the 7 colors. Green is the most neutral and balanced color, and Anahata chakra actually is a function, is a love, and all of them has a function. Muladhara is a power. Pelvic chakra, procreation. Manipura chakra is a control. This is for the love. This is a green, and it has about 12 petals. Throat chakra, called Vishuddha chakra, color is blue. 16 petals connected to cardiovascular, respiratory system. In fact, here the heart chakra is connected to your cardiovascular system. So if you have a heart disease, you meditate on this chakra more. Respiratory disease, if asthma, COPD, shortness of breath, you meditate on this chakra. Third eye chakra is like the Ajna chakra in between your eyebrows. Its color is indigo. It has 2 petals, and it's connected to your endocrine system. So you have a problem with the thyroid gland, a problem with the parathyroid gland. Suppose your pancreas, your adrenal gland, whatever the endocrine glands you have, it is there. And finally, in the crown is called the Sahasrara chakra, or it is your crown chakra. 1,000 petals, violet, are connected to your nervous system. The function is a bliss. Function of your third eye chakra is your intellect. So I gave it to you. These are all actually the site of all the chakras, the color of the chakras, connected. They're all connected to a endocrine gland. They're connected to your nervous plexuses, and they have a sound to balance. Lam, vam, ram, yam, hum, sham, om. All of them has a ma sound, and that's what we practice during our chakra awakening meditation. We will do this afternoon. These chakras are also connected to your 5 elements. We talked about Ayurveda, that we are made of your 5 elements: space, air, fire, water, earth. And also you have then, after a physical body, you have a mind, you have a spirit. So if you look at the 7 chakras, the connectivity, it is a wonderful connectivity. By the time you understand this, your yoga practice becomes very simple. So root chakra here is connected to your earth. Pelvic chakra connected through your water component. Solar plexus chakra connects to your fire component. The heart chakra connected through your air component. And your throat chakra is connected through space, the space, air, fire, water, earth. Beyond that, after physical body, the Aga chakra is connected through your mind. And your crown chakra is connected through spirit, body, mind, spirit, body of 5 elements. Wonderful connectivity. This is just showing that these crown chakras, they're all connected through the elements. They're also connected to endocrine glands. They're also connected to your nervous plexuses. So this is the picture. This will be connecting, say, a crown chakra connected to a gland called your pineal gland. Third eye chakra connected to a pituitary gland. Throat chakra is connected to a thyroid gland. Heart chakra connected to your thymus gland. Solar plexus connected through your pancreas. Your pelvic chakra connected through gonads, ovaries, and testicles. And the root chakra is connected to adrenal gland. These are also connected with your nervous plexuses, all the plexuses you have. But it is connected through your systems. And that you need to remember, and it governs. So when you have the musculoskeletal system, when you get a back pain, knee pain, hip pain, it need to balance the root chakra, Muladhara chakra. Pelvic chakra is connected to reproductive system. So if you should be a reproductive woman with your, say, polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOD, or they have a uterine fibroid, or you have a problem with your, say, fertility, they're having no babies, no issues, So you need to balance this. Solar plexus chakra is connected to digestive system. So any have a digestive issue, you balance this chakra. Circulatory system, cardiovascular system is connected through your 4th chakra, heart chakra, Anahata chakra. So you need to balance this for your cardiovascular problem. Respiratory system is connected through your throat chakra. Respiratory issues, you need to balance this chakra. Endocrine system is connected through your 3rd eye chakra, Aga chakra, and nervous system is connected to this. So you need to have a little bit of more of your physical anatomy. And we teach, for yoga teachers training class, we teach some gross anatomy and the yogic anatomy. And yogic anatomy basically is 3 bodies, 5 koshas, call it 5 sheath, and 7 chakras. And once you understand that, the balancing becomes very easy. and it becomes a very comfortable practice. I gave you all this information that how to balance these chakras, and each I give you, break it down. What are the each chakras looks like, which system it function, what it symbolizes as a sort of a summarized version. And this is a long, long time. This is my own collection. And I even put this thing in my book. And my book has a whole section on the chakras and whole section how to balance it. Then what I did, balancing all these chakras, you'll have asanas, pranayamas, have a mudras, and the bandhas. Bandhas called the locks. So for the root chakras, you will have a grounding asanas, lotus pose, butterfly pose. The main component here is the earth component, and you will be doing the Kapalbhati pranayama, what do you call it, breath of fire. The element is here, the earth, and earth is in your ring finger. We call it a mudra. It's called your Shakti mudra, and the root lock. And the sound is called a lam. And with your practice, yoga practice, you'll see chakra balancing yoga practice. How to balance chakras. And if you read any yoga books, yoga articles, there will be volumes and volumes have been written down about the chakras. Chakras are basically some kind of unknown phenomena to yogis, and they keep on writing and writing and writing about it. So this is again a summary of your pelvic chakra, where it is, what color it is, all your physical location, and here are the practices. Balancing sound is called a vam, and you'll see all the sounds ends up with the ma sound. Ma, as I said, amen, shalom, om. These are the vibration which quiets down your mind. These are the asanas, these are pranayamas, these are the mudras, the bandhas, and you keep it all. And then if you want to do a class, want to practice, I'm sure you will see when you get into a teaching, somewhere, somehow, there will be a class, will be asked you to do, called do the chakra balancing practice. Did you guys have a chakra? I'm sure you have a chakras. Who teaches chakras in your program? Who used to do it before? Anyway, you should have been taught in a 200 hours and also 300 hours program. Solar plexus chakra, again, put everything together. And what I'm trying to do it, just to let you know, you will never have this in any book, anywhere, any place, all put together. Except I put it in my book. Remember, my book, as I said, it is not my written down. I mean, I didn't write the book down. When I do this, I've been teaching for years and years, especially therapeutic yoga. And when I presented all my slides and presented everything, first thing he said, can you share the slides? I said, yeah, take my slides, I mean, this is for your information. Oh, we love to have it in a book form. Yeah, okay, it took me 3 years to put all this together in a book form, and the book is getting very popular. It's being very popular in both in Amazon and with the distribution. And I really want all of you to have this book, and you will keep it back of your mind. My publisher doesn't give me any money, and as I said again, I don't need any money. God gave me enough, and it is not a money-making proposition for me. And he gives you a pricing which is very close to his production cost. So here, the solar plexus, the sound will be ram. And these are the asanas, these are the pranayamas, these are the mudras, and these are the bandhas. And when you do the practices, you'll do. But this small, when you do the chakra awakening meditation will do with the sound, and you will see that what the sound has to do with the chakras. The heart chakra, same thing, we put it together. There's the heart chakra, the sound will be yum. From the lower part, what is a lum? Then is a vam, it's a rum, it's a yum. Again, the asanas, pranayamas, mudras, and bandhas. Throat chakra. Same level of throat, color is blue, 16 petals, all put it together. The awakening sound will be hum. Lum, vam, rum, yum, hum. Fifth one. Again, asanas, pranayamas, mudras, and bandhas. Third eye chakra. Same thing, I put it together. What are the functions? What the sight? What the color? An awakening sound will be sham. So when you do that, you'll see lum, vam, rum, yum, hum, sham. What are the asanas? What are the pranayamas? What are the mudras and bandhas? Go to the crown chakra, top of the head. What is the color? How many petals? 1,000 petals, governed nervous system, where the function is a bliss, and it's a corresponds to your pineal gland and in the portion of your brain. The sound is Om, and yogic Om is called a three component, A, U, Ma, A, U, M, and we'll practice too. A comes from the lower part of the lung, U comes from the middle part of the lung, Ma comes from the upper part of the lung. It comes with the three mudras. When you touch your index finger and thumb, put your thumb high. This is called your meditation mudra, Gyano mudra, Dhyana mudra. But when you put your hands down, it is called a chin mudra. Opens up lower part of the lung. Close your hands, it's called a chinmay mudra. Opens the middle part of the lung. When you put a thumb inside and close, it is called a adhi mudra. Opens the upper part of the lung. So it's very important to understand the three bodies, 5 koshas, 7 chakras, and what Ayurveda says, your purification of the body, it comes from the Ayurvedic philosophy, and we should come back and see Charaka is the person who wrote the Ayurveda. Purification of the mind will come from the yoga, called Yoga Sutra Patanjali, and asanas for physical body, pranayama for subtle and causal body. Cause of disease in Ayurveda, the prana cannot flow properly in the body through the channels called the nadis. Pranayama helps to free flow the prana through the body, and when the prana is through flowing, it cures the diseases. Same concept even in the Chinese medicine. Acupuncture, this acupuncture is so good, but when you put the needle in the acupuncture, it says it opens up the channels. And what is prana in yoga is called a chi in Chinese medicine. Chi is able to flow properly to cause the cure of your diseases. It's a wonderful practice. And these are the few words, as I said, we keep it in your toolbox and we learn the root cause of the disease is called the failure in wisdom. Wisdom is our final sheet. Wisdom is a self-realization, spiritual liberation. Yoga provides both to cure the disease at its root. Like yesterday, what I was doing, the program, the first thing what they were asking about the pranayama practice. Show the pranayama and see, I gave you all these things, but I kept you these sequences. I kept you the sequences all the time. And if you look at this, the asanas you are seeing here in a sun salutation, these are authentic asana from your Ayurvedic scripture, sorry, yoga scripture. Anybody can ask you to do, yeah, I'm doing a modification, it's fine. You're doing a modification. Okay. This is a beautiful picture. I'll call the beautiful way, how to do this sun salutation. This is like a calendar in my home. It's a wonderful thing. This is one I got it from your, it was a very famous yoga institute in India called the National Institute of Yoga. When I was a guest speaker, they gave it to me. They said, do these asanas, and this will be a very good practice for your whole daily living. Same way, so I just gave it to you, shared with you. So let's do one thing. We'll be doing your Ayurveda philosophy in this afternoon after our little lunch break. But again, remember, when you're doing a lunch break, you are going to think about what you're eating, think about proper digestion, and think about even what food you ate and what happened to you. Remember the wonderful experience we were sharing yesterday? Who was that? Must be Joya, isn't it? She said that if she had an asparagus and this thing happened. Think about asparagus is a, what do you think? What is asparagus food-wise will be, doshic-wise? It is a little sweet, a little heavy. It will be kapha. It will be kaphagenic food. So what will happen to prepare it, if it is properly digested, you have to make it vatagenic. Any question? These are probably, many of the information went one side of your head went to the other side. It happened to me also. You are not the first one. And that's what I share with you, all the information. But eventually, today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, someday, 5 years from now, 50 years from now, 150 years from now, you will see this has a tremendous meaning in the healing of your body and mind. Any question? Any other comments? Just say, I didn't understand anything, whatever you said. That's good enough. That's a good comment, I tell people all the time. I said, if you understand this thing on the first time you read, first time you see, you're a superhuman being. First time I read Ayurveda, I read it, put it down. First time it's gone. I read second time, still it's gone. Didn't touch me at all. Third time, oh my God, and once it touched you, boom. Now we're looking at it, what you're eating, how is your digestion, how you're feeling, what is your sleep, and also it's so transformative. Remember one thing, this is called neuroplasticity. I'm sitting down here, I'm not sitting, my brain is allowing me to sit. Why? I've been practicing repeatedly. The word, if you want to do it, ask Google. I don't know if Google is Mr. or Mrs., is a gender specific, Google. My wife says it sounds more like a men, more, it's not a feminine name. So she said, I have to put a feminine name on Google. Anyway, so put a neuroplasticity. So what is going to happen? The example I'm trying to say, you're trying to touch your toe. You cannot. Practice it. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, go down a little bit more. Eventually, some time, now you're touching your toes. The moment you do it, think about your mind gets a signal. Hey, I couldn't do it before, now I can do it. The mind says, let me see what is my sleep pattern, how I sleep. Let me see what I'm eating. Before I'm totally blinded. Now let me see what is my digestion is. Like yesterday when I asked you, all of you are doing a very nice, so-called, I don't know what the term I use, called good food or a so-called nice balanced meal, whatever you are doing. But now we are going to look at your digestion. Is this food get properly digested for you? Do I have a proper health, sign of health? Okay, if you don't have any question or comments, let's take a little long lunch break because you need your stomach to be empty for next session. Have you guys, any of you, going to a restaurant in Newport News, an Indian restaurant called Nawab? You guys did, huh? You did, okay. So, they have all this, widespread, the buffet. And then I will ask them, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this, and then I'll see who picks up what. And they put it in the plate. You can clearly say what doshas they are, by looking at the plate. It's an amazing experience when you do it. Okay. See you around 2:30. Okay. Okay. I'm going to end this one so that we can